Well, hello again, what's up? Welcome to InformedTouristA.I. If you are a first-time viewer, please subscribe. And if you are returning, let me thank you. And please make a comment and hit that like button. Now that that's out of the way, here we go. You clicked on this video because you're about to embark on a journey to paradise, right? The Gili Islands, those turquoise waters, those white sand beaches. But hold up, are you ready to uncover the dark side, the hidden risks lurking beneath the surface? What if I told you that even the most picture-perfect destinations hide dangers you wouldn't expect? We're talking scams, pollution, even the occasional rogue monkey. Yeah, you heard that right. Stick around and I'll give you the lowdown on how to stay safe and actually enjoy your trip. We're diving deep into the underbelly of paradise, exposing the stuff they don't want you to know. Stay until the end to discover the #1 danger you'd never see coming. It's a real trip ruiner, trust me. Please subscribe to InformedTouristA.I. Now on with the video. Alright, let's talk trash, literally. The Gili Islands, like many tropical paradises, have a dirty little secret pollution. From plastic waste washing up on those pristine shores to coral reefs suffocating under irresponsible tourism, it's a real buzzkill. And don't even get me started on the overfishing. These beautiful creatures deserve better, people. We're talking plastic bottles, straws, you name it. It's like a plastic soup out there. And it's not just an eyesore, it's harming marine life and the ecosystem. And the worst part? A lot of it comes from us, the tourists. We're quick to snap those Instagram-worthy shots but not so quick to dispose of our trash responsibly. But hey, don't get discouraged. We can all be part of the solution. Choose reusable water bottles, say no to single-use plastics, and be mindful of your footprint. Support local businesses that are eco-conscious and doing their part to protect the islands. Remember, we're just visitors in this fragile paradise. Let's leave it better than we found it, yeah? Okay, let's talk about keeping your valuables safe because nobody wants to deal with a stolen phone or empty wallet while on vacation. The Gili Islands are relatively safe, but like any tourist hotspot, there are always those looking to take advantage. Petty theft is a thing, especially during peak season when the islands are packed. Keep your belongings close, don't flash your cash around, and be aware of your surroundings. And speaking of awareness, let's talk about scams. From overpriced taxis to fake tours, there are a few things to watch out for. Always negotiate prices up front, especially for transportation. Book tours and activities through reputable operators, and don't be afraid to ask for recommendations from your hotel or fellow travelers. And here's a pro tip, leave the flashy jewelry and expensive watches at home. Not only does it make you a target, but it also kind of defeats the purpose of embracing the laid-back island vibe, right? Let's be real, nobody wants to spend their dream vacation glued to the toilet, right? Food and water safety are crucial, especially in tropical destinations. While the Gili Islands offer incredible culinary experiences, it's important to be cautious. Sanitation standards might not be what you're used to back home, so be picky about where you eat. Stick to reputable restaurants, especially those that are popular with locals. Street food can be tempting, but it's best to err on the side of caution. And let's talk about water, don't even think about drinking tap water. Stick to bottled water and make sure the seal is unbroken. The same goes for ice in your drinks. It's better to be safe than sorry, right? Oh, and a word of warning about seafood. While fresh seafood is a highlight of the islands, be mindful of how it's prepared. Raw seafood, while delicious, can be risky. If you're unsure, opt for cooked options. Chapter 4. No hospital in paradise medical emergencies. Okay, this is the part nobody wants to think about, but trust me, it's important. Medical emergencies can happen anywhere, anytime, even in paradise. And here's the thing about the Gili Islands. There's no hospital on the islands. That's right, no hospital. So, if something serious happens, you'll need to be evacuated to Lombok, the nearest island with proper medical facilities. And let me tell you, that can be a logistical nightmare, especially if it's an emergency. That's why travel insurance is non-negotiable. Seriously, don't even think about stepping foot on those islands without it. It covers medical expenses, evacuation costs, and a whole lot more. Trust me, it's worth every penny. And while we're on the topic of emergencies, familiarize yourself with the evacuation points on the islands. Knowing where to go and who to contact in case of an emergency can save precious time. Chapter 5. Speeding boats and salty seas, transportation risks. Alright, let's talk about getting around these islands. The most common way to travel between the Gilis and from Lombok is by boat, specifically speedboats. And let's just say, safety regulations aren't exactly their top priority. These boats are often overcrowded and life jackets are, well, let's just say they're not always readily available or in the best condition. And did I mention the speed? These guys fly across the water, especially if the seas are rough. So what's a safety-conscious traveler to do? First off, choose reputable boat operators. Ask around, read reviews, and don't just go for the cheapest option. Safety should be your priority, and for the love of all that is holy, wear a life jacket. Even if it's not required, even if the sea looks calm, wear it. It could save your life. Chapter 6. Monkey Business and Other Wildlife Encounters. The Gili Islands are home to some incredible wildlife both on land and underwater. But remember, we're talking about wild animals here, and they can be unpredictable. So, let's talk about staying safe and respecting the wildlife. Monkeys are a common sight on the islands, and while they might seem cute and playful, they can also be aggressive, especially if they think you have food. Keep your distance, don't feed them, and for heaven's sake don't try to touch them. And speaking of things you shouldn't touch, be careful around coral reefs. Coral is incredibly fragile, and even a light touch can cause damage. Admire them from a distance, and if you're snorkeling or diving, be mindful of your fins. Remember, we're guests in their home. Let's respect their space and observe them from a safe distance. Chapter 7. Sunshine and Storms, Navigating Extreme Weather. Tropical paradise usually means sunshine and clear skies, right? Well, not always. The Gili Islands can experience sudden and intense weather changes, from scorching sun to torrential downpours in a matter of hours. So, before you head out for a day of exploring, check the weather forecast. Seriously, it takes 2 seconds, and be prepared for anything. Pack a lightweight raincoat, sunscreen, a hat, and sunglasses. And if you find yourself caught in a sudden downpour, seek shelter immediately. Those cute little beach shacks might look inviting, but they won't protect you from a serious storm. Head for higher ground and wait it out. The Gili Islands are known for their laid-back vibe, but things can get pretty wild, especially during peak season and full moon parties. Crowds can be overwhelming, and where there are crowds, there are risks. Pickpockets love a good crowd, so be extra vigilant about your belongings. Keep your valuables close, and be aware of your surroundings. And speaking of awareness, let's talk about alcohol. It's easy to get caught up in the party atmosphere, but know your limits. Excessive drinking can make you a target for theft, scams, and accidents. Pace yourself, stay hydrated, and look out for your friends. Okay, let's talk about responsible tourism. The Gili Islands are facing challenges, and it's important to be mindful of our impact. From animal welfare to supporting local communities, our choices matter. One issue that's close to my heart is the treatment of animals, particularly the horse-drawn carriages, or sidomos, as they're called locally. These horses often work long hours in the heat, pulling heavy loads of tourists. If you're looking for transportation, consider walking, renting a bicycle, or supporting businesses that use electric vehicles. And when it comes to souvenirs, choose ethically sourced products that benefit local communities. Alright, we've covered a lot of ground here, from pollution to scams to rogue monkeys, but the biggest danger you'll face on the Gili Islands, the one that can ruin your trip faster than anything else, is complacency. It's easy to get lulled into a false sense of security when you're surrounded by paradise. But remember, those turquoise waters and white sand beaches can be deceiving. Don't let your guard down, stay informed, be aware of your surroundings, and trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't be afraid to speak up, ask questions, and make smart choices. That's it, you made it. Now you're armed with the knowledge to not just survive but thrive on your Gili Islands adventure. Remember, knowledge is power, and a little awareness goes a long way. Thanks for watching InformedTouristA.I. Hit the like button and subscribe to stay safe and informed on your travels. Now check out one of these videos. From the potential for petty theft and scams to the importance of food and water safety, being prepared can make all the difference. So pack your bags, grab your sunscreen, and get ready for an epic trip. And most importantly, have fun out there.